this is the follow-up, just live out testing and answering a few of your questions. Currently in USB mode, it's recording. The diode is placed on the fast monitor. And 34, 44, 38. I already did a lot of measurements in an Excel spreadsheet that you will see now. Recording yes or no didn't make that much of a difference. The most difference I got switching the live out mode from PAL to NTSC, and also by switching 1080p 30 to 1080p 60. Okay, so this cam doesn't make much sense in 1080p 30, but now latency is around 35 milliseconds in an average. That's really nice. It's not my best solder job, but it works. But using this live out, this soldered one has some distortions on the image. I don't like it so much, and maybe I will stick with this ugly USB connector instead. See the zigzag lines on my ceiling? On the little live out cable. And now I've switched to the USB port and it's a much cleaner image. USB port is being used. The image in general, the wide dynamic range, the image looks really good. Now I don't have this ghosting because I use NTSC and not PAL. The cam always runs in NTSC because it records in 60 frames, and the live out is just downsampled to PAL, which is a terrible idea, which gives you terrible quality. So make sure to use NTSC on this cam. Of course it would be nice if it could record in PAL modes also. Hi Cedric. Another question was, are those soft mounts for the board on the stack or for the camera in the camera mount? Maybe they can be used for the cam mount as well, to be squeezed in between the mount, but then it's a very firm connection and it isn't really a soft mount anymore. So I rather think this soft mount is only for the board. This CPU here, the processor, gets fairly hot, like 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. The SD card slot, of course, if you also have the Wi-Fi dongle connected, it's a bit hard to reach it. If we have this here tucked on, it may be a bit tricky. Okay, you've seen it. You eject the card first, and then if you move this little protector here, it totally shoots away. So, but you see, if you now want to get it out, you have to move this up, move this lever here up, and then the card goes out nice. I think it's a fairly good solution. So if you crash and if this through the crash moves out of the spring, then it's still held by this. If you move this up, away is the card. I will see if I can also give you some demo footage from this cam from the outside, not flying but just going around, show you the video quality. So the standard location to do some cam tests, wide dynamic range with the sun, clouds. Just imagine a mini quad flight now and a split S over the trees. It's nice how the autumn changes the colors. I still think that the live out menu is easier to use than the Wi-Fi dongle if you can access the buttons. I just like the menu structure, it didn't change. Long press the Wi-Fi button to go back, short press it to enter, and the mode button or the on-off button is to change the line. Important, of course, to have the TV mode to NTSC, full screen on, off, 16:9 aspect ratio. If we set full screen to off, I will try to keep the same picture here for you. So this is with full screen off, means 16:9 mode, and now we're in full screen on mode. Yeah, you saw the switch. So if you're using 4:3 goggles, the output here is a 4:3. Somebody asked what is the latency of the photodiode and the LED in my test setup. So I have no camera this time, only the light and the LED, the photodiode in the same box. So on switch on, they will show the results directly. This is the result. Here is the trigger. Trigger is 0 microseconds. And the red wire is the LED. Here it takes 12 volt. It takes a few microseconds to jump up to 12 volts. The yellow line is the photodiode. This takes around 10 microseconds to go from 0 voltage to higher voltage. All happens within 20 microseconds. That is quite a fraction of a millisecond, so that's negligible. The hardest thing on showing you this is pronouncing the word negligible to me. So once again, to put this into perspective, now I've set the scale to 1 millisecond. That means one division here is 1 millisecond. So it's really a fraction of a millisecond where these switches happen. So it doesn't affect our latency measurements, which are in the 10-20 milliseconds range of accuracy. Okay, so thanks for watching this quick morning video. I hope you've learned a bit about the Runcam 2 now. If there are still some questions, please leave them in the comments. We've learned that the latency is nice here. The latency is terrible if you use PAL as your TV out mode, so don't use it. And the quality with the USB port, at least for me, is better than using my soldered on direct live out. So that's kinda, I hope I didn't break something by soldering it on. Yeah, and this whole soldering on the little cable here thing, I wasn't a big fan of it because I don't like soldering that much. I'm not sure if you guys or if many of you guys prefer to have this not soldered on so you can solder on your own cables directly. That's what they think. Let me know what you think. I'm a fan of finished products or of products with plug and play style. Yeah, but we will see. Okay, really looking forward to integrate this in a nice new quad with Betaflight integration and all the nice things, so I can start and stop the recording with my Tyrannis. Really an advancement. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up or down and tell me why. If you're a subscriber, please hit the bell button. If you're not, subscribe. I'll do many videos. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.